Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. After maintaining weekly closes above December 2024 highs for the total market cap of the crypto market, the most recent weekly candle just closed the highest yet. And guys, it continues to go higher into a new week, now at $4 trillion. This is courtesy of the blockchain backer. So take a look at this chart, guys, in here. So this is the total market cap on the 1 week. And we're topping $4 trillion. If we actually go to the chart here, you guys can see I've plotted a couple of figures here, 2.32 trillion. That was right at the bottom back in April. And guys, now we are reaching $4 trillion and we're actually closing. Did we close above it? No, we didn't actually close above it, but we did get to a high, $4.02 trillion. The close was actually 3.96 trillion. So I guess maybe in certain circumstances, it does depend on the time zone. Nevertheless, we are getting very, very close to that psychological level, $4 trillion for crypto. And guys, we still have a ways to go from here. So again, this is the weekly chart, and this is the total market cap. So this is all cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin and all the altcoins. And we are getting very close up here to let's call it $4.43 trillion. Okay, that would be the next Fibonacci level. If we can just pinpoint that in there, 4.43 roughly, give or take. And that would be at the 1.618. Of course, now we are over the 50s now in greed territory at 62 for cryptocurrencies. Market cap currently right now above $4.2 trillion. So that is up by 2.07%. CMC 100 is at 249.49, up about 2%. And altcoins still kind of waiting. Guys, Bitcoin has been getting the traction over the last few hours now. Bitcoin up to $121,000. So guys, Bitcoin is the cryptocurrency to be eyeing at the moment. 133,000 is next for Bitcoin, guys, if Bitcoin holds 112,000 according to these pricing bands. So this courtesy of Ali charts here. Since December of 2022, Bitcoin obviously starting down in the bear phase, and this was the beginning of the bull market, making its way up, starting to get up to the top of these bands here. And as you guys can see, it has been vacillating throughout the last couple of years. But guys, now it's time for that blow off top. This is the MVRV extreme deviation pricing bands, courtesy of Ali charts. Let's just take a look at Bitcoin right now. Because getting back up to those highs is super, super exciting. I have Bitcoin here on the hourly. And as you guys can see in the wee hours of the morning, Bitcoin did actually get up to these highs. We saw a high of 122,003. Yeah, 122,003 back around 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 and 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it was hanging out around there before retracing a little bit. So we are getting a bit of a retracement. 10 p.m. yesterday on Sunday evening, we did see Bitcoin 10 p.m. We did see Bitcoin start moving its way to the upside. So breaking $120,000. And guys, that nut to crack right now is 123,000. So we are really trying to get up past that level in there. We saw that back on July the 14th. And guys, I have a feeling this will spur on altcoins. For more information on how I'm treating this particular bull run, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. It is only $5 a month. I've rolled back prices to old school prices, but you got to subscribe and stay subscribed to lock in. It's where I'm talking about everything market related. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, follow me, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. The biggest bull run in crypto history is just getting started as BTC dominance is about to fall through the floor. So that would be another indication that we are in a super cycle. So, we don't know really quite yet if we are in a super cycle or not, if this real world utility is going to run on the momentum of the liquidity that we're finding in the space and continue to bring the market up. Let's just take a look at Bitcoin dominance real quickly here. So Bitcoin dominance, it tapped out at 65% way back in late June. Actually, if we throw this on the weekly, you guys can see it a little better here because it gives you guys a bigger, broader picture of where we were during the last two bull runs. So this was 2018. And guys, we saw altcoins really kind of shoot up after Bitcoin really did hit its all-time high back in December of 2017. So early 2018, that is when XRP saw its former all-time high of $3.34. And then you can see in the bear market, Bitcoin dominance goes back up because altcoins do kind of recede into the background. We have a bear market here where we're just kind of sloshing sideways for a few years. and then the cycle happens again. And this was back in May. So the spring of 2021, if you guys remember, altcoins really did shine back then. And guys, as you can see, we retraced back to 41%, roughly 41% back in here. So this was the altcoin season of 2021. Again, we have the altcoin season of early 2018. And guys, it's looking as though we are seeing that same trajectory. So how long is this going to take? That is a good question. Got to keep our eye on the prize. But of course, you know, once this does fall through the floor and altcoins really start soaring to new highs, we know it's time to take profits, right? Trillions will flood in from Wall Street to capture these new hot assets. Benjamin Cowan even commenting on Bitcoin price and the current crypto market cycle. Admittedly, there's a lot going on with this chart, but if you look at it carefully, you'll see that Bitcoin prints the same pattern each post-halving year. So that's an interesting observation too. Up in July and August, down in September, up into the market cycle top in Q4, and then guys, we have a bear market. So this is what Benjamin has noticed here, okay, starting from 2013, 2014. And this is all relevant because if we are still trading in a 4-year cycle. There is no indication as of yet that there is any real world utility. Then paying attention to the history of these cycles makes a lot more sense. So, okay, let's start with the market top. We saw that, and that happens in every single cycle. Up until then, what he's saying is that we see up in July and August. So right before we see a September pullback, then the market goes crazy. So what he's saying is that maybe we should be expecting a market pullback in September. And then October, November is when we're really going to see the euphoria. Then we see that bear market, okay? Same thing happened in 2017, 2018. We saw that high in September. I'm not sure if I remember September 2017, but apparently there was a September pullback. We saw the market cycle high and then the bear market. Same thing happened in 2020 and 2021. It was a bit of a different cycle because we did see that double top back in there. But guys, all the same things did happen. And now, guys, we are in that up phase, up in July and August. So this is why we're seeing Bitcoin rising to new highs. We're going to see that September pullback and then the market cycle top. Again, if you want to follow what I'm doing for this particular bull run, follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. A lot of this is, kind of a no-brainer. It seems like a no-brainer, right? But, we still have that question that's kind of lingering in the air. Why are people still caught up in the 4-year cycle? You're always going to have people asking, okay, is it a 4-year cycle still really? Or are we so close to the cusp of real world utility that we, should be treating this in a different way? He says it's a bit of a cliche at this point, but this time is actually different. Crypto isn't a spec play anymore. There is no more 4-year cycle. The government is building a reserve. No more Gensler. Institutions are buying billions of crypto. No more cycles, just a steady grind up. So, I will believe it when I see it. At the moment, though, this is still a 4-year cycle, and we should be, at least I'm going to be treating it as such until I see otherwise. And then there's XRP, guys. XRP, another interesting part of this story, and I'm going to put it on the Bitstamp chart, obviously, to give us more history on the chart. I guess first I want to play you guys this clip. This courtesy of Coin Bureau. We're in a bull market now. This coming from Morgan Stanley CEO Mike Wilson. Listen to this.
We believe we've been in sort of a 3-year rolling recession, and that the end of that recession ended in April with the tariffs. That was the final capitulation. So we think that's a new bull market, right? We think the bear market ended in basically April. It was a pretty nasty one. There were several, along the way, and that was the final flush. And now we're in a new bull market, and capital markets activity is just another sign that analysis or that conclusion is probably correct.
So what he's talking about here is a macro bull market. Of course, he's saying we're now out of this recession. And if we just look at, just real quickly, I'm going to bring up stock markets like the S&P 500, the SPY on the weekly. You guys can see we're making new highs there. DJI, you guys can see we're also, getting up, topping out, making that second top here for the DJI. The NASDAQ, let's take a look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ is also doing very well on the weekly. So you guys can see bull markets are a good indication of where the crypto market is going to go next. Let's just bring up the Russell IWM as well. Russell 2000 also doing well. It is down a little bit compared to the other markets, but by and large, guys, we are in a bull market. So when money, and so I guess the next thing to expect is those rate cuts. And if we do see those rate cuts in September, well, October, November is going to be insane. So I just wanted to thank Coin Bureau, Benjamin Cowan, Chad Steingraber, Ali Charts, and the blockchain backer for posting those. Now back to the XRP chart. Galaxy BTC here posting this. XRP looks like 2017, only this time moving more slowly and organically. Price discovery is coming very soon. So, you compare this, and we've done this in the past, comparing this part of the chart here on the XRP chart from 2014 to 2017. It's kind of like this compressed version of what we are seeing today, with that second high trying to make some new highs. We did not get up to new all-time highs, but now, guys, we are topping out, and hopefully we start going parabolic from here. Let's bring up XRP one more time here, and as you guys can see, we are here. Let me clear some of that off. So from the top here, let's call it the top, to the final, I guess let's say that there is another big spike to the upside. That only took 1,267 days back between 2014 and 2017. Hey guys, today we're not even there yet, and that is already 2,779 days. So, but you can see the similarities here. I think it is better that it is taking longer. I mean, we did have the SEC lawsuit. That's part of what was tamping down XRP price discovery. But now, guys, we're staying above $3. So that is, first of all, that is a significant level to hold for XRP. Secondly, we're in a bull market. Thirdly, the entire crypto space is super bullish. Fourth, we've got SEC clarity. So there's so much here spelling tailwinds for XRP, guys. And the fact is, if we do move up in a more organic manner, that is going to be more sustainable. So wanted to thank Galaxy BTC for posting that. And then the blockchain backer with another one here, back to 121,005 for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's got to move first, guys. Of course, Bitcoin is the leader, and then all the other cryptocurrencies move after Bitcoin. Anders, though, bringing up something interesting. Now, moving towards the real-world utility and how XRP could be one of the best performers in this crypto bull run. Anders just retweeting out a Bob Way tweet from a while ago. I like that diagram, but you have to imagine the circle with 180 fiat currencies, plus gold, silver, and some crypto assets as well. And the reason I'm bringing up Bob Way is because Bob Way has been active on Twitter recently, guys. He just posted this about 13 hours ago, and I'm going to bring up the tweet thread in a second. When you start to see Ripple talking about banking licenses and stablecoin creation in non-US countries, it will quickly become clear how the plan comes together. And so he was just retweeting out this Bob Way tweet from years ago, from I think 2019 here, essentially putting XRP at the center of all these different fiat currencies. But as Bob Way says here, as he projects here, include 180 fiat currencies plus gold, silver, and some crypto assets as well. This is how big this is going to get. In our brains from back in 2019, we're trying to fathom how big this is going to get, but now we're actually seeing the progress, and now we're seeing how these companies, Ondo Finance, Archax, there's so many other companies, tokenization is going to be occurring on the XRP ledger, how this is really going to bolster crypto activity in the coming months. Now, Bob Way, when it comes to being active in the XRP community, we haven't really seen him active pretty much since the lawsuit. But guys, now he's becoming more active. For those of you guys who do not know, Bob Way used to work at Ripple. I think he was one of the first employees at Ripple, and I'll see if I can find an older Bob Way video I've done over the years, and I'll link it up here. So with regards to that quote, when you start to see Ripple talking about banking license, which they're doing, and stablecoin creation in non-US countries, it will quickly become clear how the plan comes together. Nietzschebuck's down here saying, as in Ripple will become a global bank with banking licenses in most major countries, with RL stablecoins in most major currencies, and it's all run through the XRPL as a super global neobank. So, with a bit of a leading question here, but Bob Way says yes, almost spot on. The reason Ripple needs to become a bank is because existing banks have been too cautious to bank XRPL-based businesses. This is an analogous problem to legal cannabis businesses' inability to find banking. So if banks are resistant to bank XRPL businesses and are resistant to Ripple becoming a bank, who are Ripple's main customers for XRPL services once this grand vision takes shape? Still banks? And then Bob Way says banks are simply middlemen taking fees. It is the consumers and real-world businesses that own all the money and generate all the value. For XRPL purposes, the bank is just an on and off ramp for consumers to swap fiat into and out of the XRP ledger. When the XRPL shortcuts the rest of the international banking system entirely. He gives two well-known examples to Western Union and MoneyGram, and then the Coinbase Bitstamp. All of these use a bank, but are not banks themselves. all hold fiat for customers and often transfer fiat from one customer to another. So let's take Coinbase, for example, and split it into two main customer functions. So Coinbase is an on and off ramp for fiat. It is how you transfer your banking money into and out of the system. Coinbase provides a mechanism, a centralized exchange for exchanging fiat for XRP. Why are there not a million competitors to Coinbase? Well, potential competitors can't get the banking they need to on and off ramp function or to perform the on and off ramp function. The XRPL only needs the on and off ramp function as the XRPL already has the built-in DEX, the distributed exchange. So by Ripple acting as their own bank, any new business can easily serve that on and off ramp function. The other thing he says, he responds to JL's tweet here, Bob, it seems that the world having more than one of these specific public liquidity layers is more safe than one. Do you see Stellar playing a similar role, a global role in this time? And Bob Way actually says, I'm not bullish on Stellar, but that is probably more tribal than well-researched at the moment. As always, take away knowledge from me. I'm smart about some things, but avoid taking investment advice from me. I'm not smart about everything. So Bob Way, not very bullish on Stellar. Guys, the one thing he did say, though, and I wanted to bring this up because this was from the same tweet thread, but another discussion here. Michael Turpin, I read the introduction chapter, so talking about the Bitcoin supercycle over coffee this morning, and I must say I am riveted. Oop Early, though, commented, so when does XRP fly, Bob, and realize your vision and hopes from years ago? Well, Bob Way responded, guys, RLUSD and Ripple's banking license application, it all goes back to the banking license, is key to new value creation. The lawsuit finality is key to smoothing that process. I'm very bullish over the next 12 months. Things that make you go, is this an indication that we could see that super cycle occur over the next 12 months? XRP clarity, XRP price discovery, bringing it up to higher highs? Do we treat this like a 4-year cycle or not? This is the big question. So you guys can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel because all these things I'm answering in real time and they could change, boom, like that at the drop of a hat. It is only $5 a month right now. If you guys subscribe and stay subscribed, lock in to that $5 subscription. I'm also offering 15% off the Working Money Channel merch store. You can find that as a link in the description of the video. And I'm going to be offering that, guys, till the end of August. So if you want your discounted Working Money Channel merch, check it out. It's all there. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.